The holiday season. We're inching ever closer to Christmas. Might even be Christmas Eve when this video goes out. I don't know yet. Scheduling king. But armor fixing. The series where we look at the armor digivolutions from outside of Digimon Adventure 02 that perhaps I don't agree with, think could have been done better or differently, and attempt to provide our own alternatives. So with the wonderful artist Dry Designs and with advice from Fuzzzy Comics, let's round this out with potentially the final armor fixing ever, the Light Armor Digi-Egg.
Happy holidays!
What is up, holiday companions? My name is Karn EX, and ho ho ho, Merry Christmas if you celebrate. I don't know what day this is going out. This time of year where just everything starts muddling together and news is happening with Digimon, so this might have been a Sunday video, now it might be a Christmas Eve video. Let me know in the comments what day it is when you're watching. Future Karn here, coming to you live from the day this goes out, Christmas Day. It really is that last minute. So originally here was me going, oh please everybody, please subscribe. I'm so close to 100,000 subscribers. But surprise! Merry Christmas! Happy holidays! 100,000 subscribers. Thank you all so much. This is going out on Christmas Day, I guess the light of the world. I don't know. It really means the absolute world to me, and I will do probably more of a talk about this. I guess 100,000 subscriber stream, maybe, and also the last video of the year that's going out on December 31st. I just want to say thank you all so much. I really do appreciate it, and now we'll cue back to past Karn talking about Patreon and a more depressing state of art on YouTube. I appreciate you all so much. Custom art videos are doing worse and worse, and I think it is because of the rise of Gen AI on YouTube. People can just generate slop of whatever they want to see now, so seeing handcrafted stuff from artists seems to be less appealing to people. But if you do want to support custom art on this channel and the future of how custom art is going to manifest going forward, like my Sovereign ZDK14, Jeremy Babineau and Chaotic Prophet, Lupus Lichlord, welcome back, and my Dava Artbringer Murby Studios, you can go and support over on patreon.com/KarnEX. Keep this channel going as far as custom art goes and support it through the fluctuating YouTube stuff and whether or not we get sponsors. I appreciate you so much. And yes, the Light Armor Digivolutions. To me, the reason I left these for last, perhaps the worst set of Armor Digimon going. In contrast to their leader, Nefertimon from Digimon Adventure 02, who is probably the absolute best one. Now, I do think there are some standouts, and I'll discuss that as we go on, but a reminder here is that we're looking for armor evolutions based on the rules set by Digimon Adventure 02. We want the armor to be visible, we want the crest to be visible, and under that armor, we want the rookie, or in Gatomon's case, champion, visible underneath. Everything we see in Nefertimon. Cat-like, Gatomon elements, taking a direct mythological inspiration that makes sense for the light crest, light, holiness, religiousness, etc. And if it was a toy, you could actually make this. Also, as a reminder, fixing is just a good title. I despise the there I fixed it mindset. Really, we're just doing our takes on the concept, and all these Digimon should still exist, except maybe Manbomon. We talked back and forth about Light Armor's inspiration, with Nefertimon clearly being Egyptian, but then you have Halsamon or Halsmon, aka Horusmon, whose name is also Egyptian. So Egyptian myth is not necessarily just a light armor thing. And then there's Coatlmon, being based on Quetzalcoatl of Mesoamerican myth. It might be that Light's theme is just belief or mythology or maybe even religion. However, we thought most people would be looking for Digimon that matched Nefertimon in visuals and Egyptian basis, so we went with it. But we don't want to erase anyone else's culture or theology here, so these fixes are to be considered variants of the existing armors. They are not replacements or anything like that, they're just other options. And beginning with Gargoylemon, honestly, it's pretty close to perfection. You can see the feathers and the Vmon underbody, and Egypt actually did have gargoyles historically, so it still fits the Egyptian theming. The only things I thought are that perhaps we wanted to see more of the Digi-Egg here. While you do have the wings, which are very prominent on the Digi-Egg of Light, it is missing the crest and those pink toenails or claws, which if we look at Nefertimon actually go directly onto the more Gatomon part of the design. So this one is on me. I fired up Photoshop to create Gargoylemon 2.0. It's a really minor edit, just turning those claws from blue to pink and adding the crest of light on the armored shoulder. Everything else honestly is kind of perfect. Blue Vmon tail, holy wings, it all works. However, then we move to Harpymon, and we were really split on Harpymon. The design is really great. It even has basically the right claws for the Digi-Egg of Light. However, it just felt like it was missing something and lacking that Egyptian basis, the harpy coming from Greek myth. So we wanted to do an alternate take. And we did think it was kind of funny that Halsamon in the English dub or Halsmon in the Japanese dub technically is not Horusmon. It's almost always spelt Halsmon or Halsamon. So we thought, given we now have a Geckomon and a Geckomon and a Teromon and a Terramon, we could turn Harpymon into Horusmon. Dry wanted to lean more into Horus itself, the Egyptian god, while also making Hawkmon's body more visible. And you can see that in the design here, the headpiece being much more Egyptian, the crest of light being on full display, and still having those white wings, but with that Hawkmon underbody. I think it's a really nice compromise and just a little tweak. This being Horusmon versus Harpymon, honestly, you could call it Harpymon 2.0 and that'd be fine. This feels almost like a Cross Wars-esque redesign. If Adventure Zero 2 got a reboot or something, I could see this happening. Then is Coatlmon, and this honestly I adore. It's such a great design. You can see how the Wormmon body, while not super visible, becomes the snake-like body of the Quetzalcoatl, and indeed this green hair poking through could be seen as being the green of Wormmon. It even has a crest of light on its forehead. It's fantastic. We almost were not going to change this. We were going to leave it as it is because we loved the Mesoamerican inspiration, we loved the design, but we ultimately just decided to make a Coatlmon variant just so the video had more custom art in it and to give it more Egyptian flair. As Dry says, Quetzalmon or Coatlmon feels adequate in a world where the Light Digimental explored more ancient religions. And he agreed that we should preface this video as an alternative interpretation where everything is Egyptian instead of a fix or replacement. So Dry based this version, this variant of Coatlmon on Neheb Cow, creating Neheb Cowmon. Neheb Cow is a winged serpent in Egyptian mythology and feels like the perfect Wormmon armor for this reason. Although originally considered an evil spirit, he later functions as a funerary god associated with the afterlife. Dry sees this armor as functioning very similar to Coatlmon. It would just be a variant that evolved in another part of the digital world, and I agree. We don't need to replace Coatlmon here, that is not the intent. If there was like an Egyptian server of the digital world, Neheb Cowmon would be a variant that flourished there. It's really just taking that Coatlmon design, having more of Wormmon push through, especially with the antenna instead of the hair, which I like a lot, and more of that kind of Egyptian Digi-Egg of Light armor going on, with proper white angelic wings versus the more metallic looking wings of regular Coatlmon. A great companion to that Digimon. But then we come to the first Digimon that I don't love, and that is Armadillomon's Digi-Egg of Light Armor Digivolution, Seahomon. I have tried and tried over the years to work out where this aquatic lean for the Digi-Egg of Light comes from. Is it to do with light not penetrating the ocean's depths? The next Digimon we're going to talk about sort of makes more sense in that regard. Is Seahomon meant to be like angels playing trumpets or something? There's really almost nothing in its Digimon reference book listing which even hints at a connection to light, beside the fact that it's from the deepest trenches where presumably light couldn't reach, and that its trumpet-like mouth can make a prism rainbow. Prisms are associated with refracting light, rainbows similarly, where there's water and light you get rainbows, but I don't know, it's a weird one, man. So this is probably one that I would actually want to fully fix because you can't see any Armadillomon under here. Its connection to the Digi-Egg of Light feels weird. It feels like a scrap Digi-Egg of Reliability evolution, if anything. I still like Seahomon as a design, however, so it should exist, but we wanted to give something more purposeful to Armadillomon, which is where Dry came up with Amutmon or Amitmon. As Dry says, this is another complete rewrite. Based on Amit or Amut, the crocodile/lion/hippo beast from the underworld that devours souls deemed unfit for the afterlife. Amutmon also serves to make Gargoylemon stand out less, so they are both demons turned holy beasts, bound and controlled by the angels. Amutmon is a ravenous beast that can devour any Digicorp. Because of this, the angel army only unshackles its mouth when it needs to dispose of the irredeemably evil. And yeah, this is much more in the wheelhouse of what I was looking for an Armadillomon light evolution. Everything's here. The Armadillomon underbody, but transformed into much more of a crocodile form. The Digi-Egg and the crest, plus those pink claws on proud display. This goes right next to Nefertimon perfectly, and our new Gargoylemon. We've even got the wings. Dry nailed this. This might be my favorite of the whole video. But then finally is Manbomon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I caught a fish alive and I wish I hadn't. This is another one where if like there was a fish Digimon that got a kindness armor, or if this was a reliability armor, I could almost see it, but put Nefertimon and Pegasusmon next to each other, and then put Nefertimon and Manbomon next to each other, or even Oryxmon, the Gatomon Hope armor next to Manbomon. It's not exactly a dynamic pair, is it? There's no Digi-Egg of Light here. I've seen people say that its light connection is that it's a sunfish, or the same thing we talked about with Seahomon, it being so low down that the light can't reach it, but that doesn't feel like it's empowered by light, that feels like it's escaping light. Like I say, I could see this being a reliability armor, but for Patron, there's no Patron under there. In fact, the underbody we can see with these boxing glove arms is blue and restrained. It looks more like Hyogamon's under there than Patron. So Dry did a complete page 1 rewrite here, creating our new Patron Light Armor Digivolution Akenamon, based on the Pharaoh Akhenaten and on the Pharaoh Hound. The idea behind this armor is to be a direct counterpart to Nefertimon, like we've done with other armors in this fixing series. And as the stereotype goes, dogs are boys and cats are girls, don't fact check it. The design obviously evokes Pegasusmon, which is perfect, but fits next to Nefertimon so well. And like I say, if you swap things round and had Oryxmon, or even our fixed Oryxmon, next to Akenamon, it looks perfect. Two sphinxes side by side. Akhenaten was known for introducing the sun disk god to Atun, so Dry imagined its special move would reference that too, and I agree, it would have something like a sun disk blast, so with the sun disk from Akenamon and the Rosetta Stone from Nefertimon, it goes together well for Egyptian references. Love the design here, it is fantastic, definitely evokes Pegasusmon, but is much more dog-like, which is perfect. Overall, a wonderful attempt on a Patamon armor from Dry here, I absolutely love it. And that's it, our fixed Light Armor Digivolutions, giving them evolutions we think are more fitting for what we saw in Digimon Adventure 02 and the Digi-Egg of Light. Gargoylemon 2.0, Horusmon, Amutmon, Nehebkaumon, and Akenamon to go along with Nefertimon. Let me know your favorites in the comments down below, of course, be respectful, and shout outs to Dry for doing all the art in this video besides my amazing Gargoylemon Photoshop. As of time of recording this, I've no idea if I've hit 100k or not. If I have, thank you, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and I'll see you at the 100k celebration stream. If you want to help support this video, you can become a patron over on patreon.com/Karn EX, like my sovereigns, ZDK14, Chaotic Prophet, Lupus Lichlord, welcome back, and Jeremy Babineau, and my current Deva Artbringer, Murby Studios. Thank you so much to my YouTube channel members as well for supporting me here on YouTube. I'll see you next time when we go digital. Bye bye.